Hey there, slot car adventurers! Today we're going to put together this magnificent magnetic racing floodlight tower kit. But that's not all. We're going to paint everything as we go, and once we finish this build, we're going to add something really special that'll take this humble floodlight tower to a whole new level. So stick around and prepare to have your mind completely blown. Right here, right now, on Hughes Garage Slot Car Adventures. Okay, I'm all ready to go. I've got my tools, I've got my glue, I've removed everything from the plastic packets, and I've even got my instructions up on my iPad all set. So let's get into it. Okay, I've chosen the larger footprint for the base. There's two pieces, and this one just simply gets glued onto the larger piece using the etched line as a guide. I've got my main tower pieces selected, as well as the internal ladder system, including some various platform pieces. Now these will all need to be painted before we start assembling them. I've chosen to stick with my Red Bull Racing Team colours, the same ones I used on the Ferris wheel. These two structures will tie in with each other. So there's yellows, greens, blues and reds. And for some little highlight pieces, once again I've painted them silver. With the paint dry, it's time to start the basic assembly. And guess what? It's actually pretty straightforward. You start with the basic tower pieces, gluing them to the base as such. Make sure they're both firmly pressed into the slots and just hold them there for a few seconds as the glue takes hold. Next, get the platform piece as indicated by the instructions. This is the second one from the top. Add a little bit of glue and just fit it carefully between these two. Now, I'm actually putting it in upside down. Yeah, trust me. I fix it later on, but this is the first and last time I'll mention it. Yeah. Now, with that piece installed correctly, grab your third tower piece and install it at the back of the tower. As you'll see, it's already taking shape. Next, install the first ladder section and the first platform. Follow that up with the second ladder piece, which fits into that first platform piece we installed at the beginning. And this is followed by the final ladder piece and the uppermost platform. And at this point, your tower should be looking something like this. Nice! Next thing to do is to install the main power cable that runs down the middle of the entire structure. Just carefully feed it down through these holes from the top right down to the bottom. And make sure there's plenty of cable protruding at either end. Now with your cable installed, it's time to add that final tower piece. Add some glue and just slide it carefully into place, making sure that all the lugs line up and fit into place. Now at this point, just double check everything, make sure it's all fitting tightly together, because this is very important for later. Also, double check that it's on the base properly and all sitting nice and flush. And I've got to say, I'm really enjoying the way that yellow is really popping from inside. That's looking great. Now, that's the main part of the tower already complete, just like that. And that brings us to making the light heads. First up, add all these little side pieces to each of the light head bases. But don't glue on those X-shaped pieces on the back as yet, or the grids. All these pieces have to be now painted separately for the best effect. And through the magic of editing, I've got them all painted. I'm adding the LED lights into the bases as such. And then with 4 of those, I'm adding my grids, just pressing them in. I'm not actually gluing them because they are a nice tight fit. Just in case I ever need to replace the LEDs at some stage, I can then easily pull them apart. And with all the LEDs put together, it's now time to add those X-shaped pieces on the back. And now you can see why I wanted to pre-paint them before assembly. So much easier to paint like this. And the rather crisp results speak for themselves. Next, it's time to start assembling the upper structure. And as you can see, I've pre-painted these pieces as well. Now, obviously, I did spend quite some time working out a pretty nice colour scheme. And doesn't the red pop against the blue? Very nice. Also, this is the 4-head version of this kit. You can get an 8-light head kit, but I thought it'd be a bit of overkill. The 4 will do me just nicely, I think. Okay, with that part of the upper structure put together, it's now time to get all the wiring happening. They've included an excellent kit with all the little pieces you need, and you don't need to solder anything. I know a lot of you will be very happy to hear that. Just follow the instructions as to what goes where. It's easy to follow, very detailed, and really, you can't get it wrong. Double and triple check everything, make sure they're all secure. And with your wiring all put together and looking much like this, it's time to put that top piece onto our tower structure. It's very straightforward. Just feed that main wire through and then glue that upper piece onto the tower structure, as such. Now, once the glue has taken hold and you've made sure it's nicely centered, it's time to fit our wiring. Just take that main wire and feed it into your junction box, ensuring that it's pushed in all the way before you flip those little locking levers. Don't forget to double check that they are in there secure and they're not easily pulled out. Nice. Next up, it's a matter of fitting these little in-between pieces, which I've also painted red. Now obviously if you've got the 8-light head model, you won't use these pieces. And here's what we've got so far. Looking rather good, I must say. Now it's time to put all those electronics into the centre there and start hooking up all the light heads. They click together easily, just like this. No soldering involved. And be sure to feed those cable hookups through the middle of the frame structure there. Just repeat the procedure for the rest of the lights and glue them in place as you go. It's actually quite amazing how quickly it comes together. And there we have it. 4 lights installed, all glued onto the frame. I guess the next thing to do is test that they actually work. Yep, I've hooked it up just temporarily to a 9-volt battery, which is slightly insufficient, but at least I can see if they're working. The flashing LED on top is flashing, and the 4 light heads are indeed all lit. And with that sorted, it's time to put on the very top pieces. Again, I've planned ahead and I've pre-painted everything. And that included pre-assembling this little frame for the flashing LED. Very simple to put together, 5 pieces, very much like the main frame for the tower. Which brings us to the first piece. Now, according to the instructions, they recommend you do not glue this in place. It is a fairly nice tight fit, and once it is in place, it's a nice secure fit. Now, to make things easier, I pre-glued these 3 pieces together, just as you see here. It's then a matter of feeding that flashing red LED through, and then carefully gluing it all into place. You might need to give the wires inside a gentle nudge to flatten them out, but otherwise it's pretty straightforward, and there we go. To finish off, they've included this nifty little plastic cap, or collar. You fit it over the top of the red LED, push it down into place, and it just locks it there. There we go. Now isn't that looking pretty stunning? I love the colours. Very, very modern. And it just goes to show you don't have to weather everything. Some structures are brand new. Now check this out. Now it's not one of them. It's an aerial or 2 aerials. I've painted the ends different colours and I've made one slightly shorter than the other. Check this out. Look at that. Awesome. A rather cool finishing touch to a rather cool looking tower. But let's not stop there. There's a few more things to add yet, such as these, the billboards, the door, and all those little highlight pieces. These will really finish it off nicely, but they are a little fiddly, so make sure you be patient. I've added the billboards, the various signage, and to finish off, these little rivet plates. They certainly add the finishing touches to an otherwise already awesome structure.
And there you have it, one pretty epic floodlight tower. The collars were obviously designed to complement the Ferris wheel. So let's install it on the layout and see how it looks.
Here's the area I've chosen for the location of the tower. I'm going to have to do a little bit of reconstructive surgery on this scenery. First of all, we'll remove a few trees, and then we'll excavate. Yeah, let's just rip it out. Next, I've drilled the hole for the cable, feeding it through, and voila! One tower complete with scenery touch-ups. Not bad at all. This section of the layout is now really taking shape. I've been meaning to do it for ages, and it's such a good feeling to see it finally coming together. I'll add a few more finishing touches here and there, and don't worry, I will conceal those awful wires you see on the left there.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Shane, why are we staring at the back side of this thing? To which I would reply, what's wrong with staring at the occasional back side? I don't see a problem. No, the real question here is, do we go with that slot car guy or magnetic racing? Which one? Or do we not use them at all? Do we come up with something entirely better? Oh yes we do.
Not long ago, we featured Dave Volk on our subscriber spotlight segment. And if you recall during my unboxing video of this kit, I did mention I'd like to add an LCD screen. Well, as it turned out, Dave had a very similar idea, as you can see here. He came up with the ingenious idea of putting his old iPhone to use, and then pairing it with a mini Wi-Fi spy cam, which you can buy off Amazon or eBay for just a few dollars. He both designed and 3D printed a special structure to hold the iPhone, and to my delight, he's gone and printed one for me as well. Now what it consists of is 3 pieces, the backing plate, a faceplate, and this final piece that locks it all together. The backing plate has got these special tabs on the back that simply click over the billboard. Pretty darn clever, hey? And you could really use this anywhere around your layout, not just on this tower. So let's have a closer look. Phone just slides in from the side. You've got the faceplate to glue on the front. And then this final decorative piece just sits over the top and stops your phone from sliding out sideways. A very simple and yet elegantly effective design. Well done, Dave. Amazing work. So it's outside to my professional painting booth for some spray painting. And now that it's all dry, I'm adding these little sticky tab thingies, you know, the bits you put on the bottom of furniture feet. I've just cut them up and stuck them in there to get the right spacing for the phone, ensuring that it sits nice and centre in the structure. Just like that. And with the little decorative frame over the top, I think it's looking rather snazzy. It's now a matter of simply gluing the faceplate to the mounting bracket and then putting it on the tower. And here it is. Wow, very bold colours, yes, but just imagine that phone sitting in there. You'll have a nice mini TV screen on display, showing off all sorts of things like that slot car guy. Now that's just a little better than the plain old slot car guy sticker, don't you think? And what about these guys? Yeah, what's Doug up to there? He must be getting ready to clean my swimming pool. You're a bit late, Doug, I already cleaned it. Of course, we could always watch this bozo. Nah, let's not watch him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's something better we can see than that. How about some racing action? Yeah, that's the stuff. Look at him go. Woohoo! And if we pull out and have a look around, you'll see that the tower perfectly complements the Ferris wheel. And in just a few moments, we'll light them all up. But first, it's time for Subscriber Spotlight. This week, it's Rob Sale from the UK. Now, Rob's been an awesome follower of my channel pretty much since the beginning. He's been very supportive. And as you can see here, he's yet another one of these people that can magically pull a layout together and give it that authentic raceway look. I also believe he was the very first to get the floodlight tower installed on his layout. Looking great, Rob, as are all the other fine details scattered around his layout. A lot of work's gone into this, a lot of careful attention to detail, and you've got to be impressed. Rob's also the king of the YouTube shorts, so keep an eye out for his posts. They're always very entertaining. And if you'd like to see your layout featured on Subscriber Spotlight, send me your best layout pics, including one with you in it, if you like. And now it's time for...
Ooh, show us your package.
Wow! Well, we've got a few more things from Magnetic Racing here. Let's have a quick unboxing. So, what have we got? This actually got seized by customs on the way here, I'm told. They had it for a few days. Don't know why. It's a first. What have we got? Over there. Aha! I've scored a mug. Oh, it's upside down. How cool is that? I've got an actual Rigididge Magnetic Racing mug. Very, very pleased. And in with this box, what have we got in here? Some more figures I ordered. Very good. Lots of goodies in. Whoa! Well, there's a few more than I thought I was getting. There's the couple, and there's the guy. Hey, cool. Well, lots of painting ahead. These are all standing figures. So I've got a whole bunch of sitting ones, a whole bunch of standing ones. I think that's more than sufficient to populate this layout. So I'll have to get somebody to help me paint them all. Pop them back in there. What else? Cool. We've got this one. This is a little flag waver's post. Now, I did get the little flag waver previously, but I really wanted the post that came with it. Couldn't afford it at the time. And this comes with another flag waver. Flag wearer? So, yeah, I might have a little flag person to give away at some point. So that's cool. Oh! What do we have here? We've got the Magnetic Racing. This is the phone holder that they've been advertising lately. So I've scored that. Lovely. That'll come in handy. No. Here's a freebie they've thrown in, and this is hilarious. And it actually solves an issue because my layout doesn't have any toilets. Well, it does now. It's got portaloos. How funny is that? And what we'll do is we'll have all these people lined up to get into the portaloo. Okay. Yes, we've got some more of these. These are the car ramps, the display ramps, another set of 4. More colours on the way. Very cool. And this is the one I specifically ordered, the new Pepsi Cola Grand... What do they call it? The Grand Billboard. So that will be another big build video coming up soon. Got a special spot for that. And that appears to be pretty much it. There's something else. I finally got my Chewits. There we go. I finally got a packet of Chewits. Wow. I missed out the last couple of times, and yeah, at last, it's so good to have a packet of Chewits again. Can't wait. That's really good. And that's it. Oh, there's some more. There's two more. Holy dooly. 3 packets of Chewits. Actually, Travis got 3 packets of Chewits, so I've matched Travis. Oh, hang on, there's more. There's a couple more. Oh, looks like I've beaten Travis on the Chewit count. Oh, there's more. Holy dooly. More. And more. How many's that? This is getting crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll just dig in a little bit. Uh-oh, there's more. There's more Chewits. few more chewits. There's a couple up the back there. More. There's more. Oh dear me. Bloody hell. Before I was complaining about a lack of chewits, and now there appears to be too many chewits. A couple more here. Is that all? Oh, for Christ's sake. There's more chewits. More bloody chewits. 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 More chewits. Show them. This is it. It's got to be. Is that it? Oh, God, there's more chewits. More chewits. More chewits. And that appears to be all the... No, there's one more. One more chewits. Yep, that's it. Yeah. Yes, they sent me a whole bloody case full of chewits. And that is, I promise you, that is all the chewits. So, yeah. I don't know what to make of that. That's a whole day's worth of chewits there. No, that's 2 days. Probably 2 days. Yeah, I could stretch it out to 2 days.
Oh, listen to it. Well, after such a gratuitous display, see what I did there? Let's get back to the task at hand, shall we? I've successfully wired up the 12-volt power supply, and as you can see, it's lit up the space beautifully. And best of all, I now get to reuse my old iPhone instead of it just sitting in the bottom of a drawer forever. This really was a fantastic idea of Dave Volk's. Even though your old iPhone no longer has a SIM card in it, it still connects to your home network. You can still go on YouTube. You can still do anything you can do on your iPad. You just can't make phone calls and send texts. Then, of course, if you do pair it with one of those mini Wi-Fi spy cams, you could place it virtually anywhere on the layout and see it on this screen. By the way, we've just hit 1,000 subscribers. That's from 0 to 1,000 in just a few months. And since you all clearly enjoy what I'm doing, I'll keep on doing it. Thank you, slot car adventurers. And with that, we've come to the end of yet another fine episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time.
So good, well done.
Well done, Shane. Thank you so much for that. Fantastic.
Yes.
Cheers, bye.
Chewits, anyone?